Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We are talking about the walk on the beach meditation that we did this morning. It was incredible.
It's the first walking meditation I've ever done. In fact, it's the first walk on the beach I've ever done. I have to say, this may have been the best experience of my life.
I had no idea what to expect, and I think part of the beauty of it was letting go of my expectations.
I have always imagined what it would be like to walk on the beach. I've always imagined that. Now, people out there, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I am a paraplegic, and I was injured at age 15. Before age 15, I had never been on a beach. So I had never walked on a beach before.
So there are no toes in the sand.
Yes. Yeah. That Jimmy Buffett song, Toes in the Sand, or whatever it is. I've never experienced it. Or maybe it's Kenny Chesney. I don't know.
Regardless.
Anyway. And I've always dreamed about that. Well, today, that's exactly what we're at a Joe Dispenza retreat. And today we did a walking meditation. And that's exactly what it was. It started on the beach, which, first of all, we look like a cult out there.
Well,
did we not?
1,400 people walking around, standing, facing the ocean. Some people facing the ocean, some people facing the sunrise. And it looked like
we all
kind
started
of the
with our
Walking Dead.
hands on our heart, and we all had eye masks on. So we're all standing on the beach. Of course, they got me this beach wheelchair so that I could actually be on the beach with everybody, which I thought was so thoughtful of them. And you're standing there with your eye mask on, and everybody has earbuds in. So we're all listening to the same meditation that starts at the same time. And it is...
Oh, it's just comical thinking about it.
It really is, right? But it is so profound because you feel the wind and you
hear the seagulls.
You can smell the salt in the ocean.
You hear the waves coming in.
Yeah, you can sense all of the outdoor activities, yet you hear Joe Dispenza in your ear saying, "Feel the space.
Remember it. Remember it." Well, and the other part of this is it's not like we're on a private beach.
Right, no. This is very public.
We are at the JW Marriott,
People
a
are
massive
taking
resort.
Yeah, there's strangers that are looking at us taking TikTok videos.
There are
Like,
resorts
what are they
on
doing?
each side of us. We're at Marco Island, Florida, and there are 1,400 of us in this like half-mile area of beach, standing for, let's say, 15 minutes, just standing still,
Yes.
staring off into the distance.
Because we have to get into state.
With our eyes closed.
We have to get into the dark space.
And then everyone starts zombie walking.
Yeah. So then the meditation literally takes you into walk as if.
Walk into your future self.
Yes. And so people start walking on the beach as their future self. And it was profound for me. I started crying in jubilation because I had my eyes closed, and Jason, of course, was pushing this beach wheelchair, and I was imagining my feet in the sand, walking on the beach. I could feel every footprint.
That's awesome.
It was, it was the most, I don't know. It was, I can't even put it into words.
And for those of you that are imagining what a beach wheelchair looks like, it's made out of PVC, some canvas type webbing for seats, and then these big,
giant donut
beautiful
wheels.
donut-looking, Homer Simpson-looking
Like tractor
balloon
tires.
wheels. But one of the most profound thoughts that was mentioned today was that it's so much easier to forget the vision of your future than it is to remember it. And that's so true, because when you think about the dreams that you have for your future, or
everybody wants to make a change.
Plans that you have for your future, and you create these beautiful visions in your head.
You
and
start
then
taking massive action.
So quickly they disappear.
Yeah, you start trying to become your new self. And then what happens is your friends or something triggers.
Your spouse, your old self says, you've tried that before.
Or are you crazy? This isn't working.
Yeah, you're not smart enough for that.
Yeah, do you see you're making a fool of yourself?
That's going to be too expensive.
You see this? Like
that's going to take too long. You need to do something now. There's all these.
Do you really think you're pulling this off? Like, who do you think you are? And then all of a sudden you get these voices in your head and you start doubting. It's doubt. And so then you fall into your old patterns, and it all comes back to patterns. I've realized I don't care who you study under. If you study under Dr. Joe Dispenza, Peter Sage, Tony Robbins, John and Missy Butcher, Vishen Lakhiani, I don't care who you study under, it all comes back to patterns.
Yeah.
And it's all about how you think, how you feel, and how you act.
Yeah.
Those three things.
Yeah, and you have to change. And we spend time trying to take those massive actions and change something on the outside, like when really, grab and
it has nothing to do with the external. It has everything to do with what is inside. You have to change what is inside, and you have to become. You have to become what it is that you are seeking.
But and one of the other things is when one of the things that about remembering who you're becoming, and remembering the vision of your future that really strikes me is just remembering when we made our vision boards and keeping attention and focus. So attention and intention on what we were moving towards. And how all the things on your vision board came to fruition, and the things on my vision board were coming into our spheres.
You know, I thought about that, and I feel like, you know, every time I would start to really taste success, I would fall back into some old patterns, and like I said, doubt has been my biggest nemesis. And you think about it, the people who are really successful in the realm that I want to be successful in, they don't go on stage with doubt.
No.
They don't do that. They don't give a piece of their speech or a piece of advice or a piece of experience or knowledge or wisdom and then immediately go, well, you know, on second thought, I'm not sure if that's right. Maybe I should go look that up. No. They don't do that. And so I think about that, and I feel like, how many times in my head did I doubt myself?
Well, I think part of it is, and what we're doing a lot of this weekend is catching the thought. Because when we're out we can't, our environment's going to be the same thing.
I think we're catching the feeling.
Well, it's the thought creates the feeling.
I disagree. I think the feeling
Agree to disagree.
Creates the thought. I think the body gets conditioned. I think you start out, this is just from my experience and my take on it. But I think when you are first starting out, it's the thought that creates the feeling. However, then I think you reach a point where you start conditioning the body to create the feelings, and that then creates the thought. So it reverses. You do reach a point where it reverses on you.
So for you, So for me,
I think for most people.
Well, so I turn off my feelings. So I turned off my feelings for a long time because as a man, we're told, forget your feelings, get out there and get it done. So I didn't know what it was like for my body to not hurt. I didn't know what it was like to not feel stress. So I just became conditioned to work in a body that I thought this is how my body is supposed to feel. And I didn't know what my baseline was anymore. My baseline had changed its whole norm. And then when we started doing all this inner work and started really diving deep, and on September 2021, when I freed myself of a lot of the chains that were binding me, I felt the freedom and the awakening within me. Like when I started recognizing, like naming the emotions and diving in to feel what the feelings were and really just tackling all these things.
What are you feeling right now?
Goosebumps. Like I'm feeling overwhelmed with gratitude.
Are you feeling a little?
It's overwhelmed with love and gratitude and just awe at the possibilities, because so much is available.
That's great. That's great. Awesome. Well, that's all we've got today. Make sure you guys check out these walking meditations, because you really do walk into your new future self. And on Saturday, they're doing a worldwide meditation.
That's going to be huge.
And we're going to be a part of it. It's going to be
massive.
And it's not too late. It's not too late.
Get in on it.
Yeah, you can do it if you go to drjoedispenza.com, I think.
Walk for the world.
Walk for the world it is. Have a great day. Bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.